Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Snehal and we have created this channel to only share the real life experiences which could be of any help to any one of you. So the topic for today is how to prepare for education in abroad. So if you or your brother or if any of your siblings are planning to do education, this is the right place that you have landed in. This video can save you months of confusion, lakhs of rupees and a lot of mental peace. Because this is not just a theory, this is a real life experience from my own brother who happens to be in Australia right now doing his masters. So the most important thing in the whole process is your selection of the course. What kind of course are you looking forward to do? So majorly all the agents and all the consultants will help you get there, but you have to be careful about the course selection. You cannot just randomly select any course because the visa officers are not stupid to approve your course. It has to be aligning with your current education, and if you've already worked anywhere, so it has to be aligning with the work experience. So the ideal flow is that you decide a course that you want to do, and then you go and search the universities that offer the course, and then you go and apply to the universities. Once you apply to the universities telling, you can email them about your current education, why are you looking forward to do this course in their university. Once you send it to them, then they go through your full application and they will send you an offer letter if they want you in their university. There are two types of offer letters. One is conditional and one is unconditional. Conditional one will still have some requirements that you need to fulfill. For example, it could be you should have 70%, and the unconditional one is the university will not have any problem if your process is done at your end properly, the visa and the fee and everything. So the university has no problem with you getting an admission. So the second thing that you need to put some attention, you have to tell this to your consultants to ask for scholarship. Scholarship is mainly based on the percentage that you get in your whole academic career and also the final result. So somehow, even if you get a little bit of scholarship, that helps to reduce your fee because the scholarship amount directly gets subtracted from the whole fee. So this is the first step that you need to take. So the first step is done. You have your application submitted, you have the offer letter with you. Now the second step is also most important. This is for English proficiency test. Majorly people or students take IELTS. IELTS is an English test. It is fairly simple. It has 4 sections in it. One is reading, writing, speaking and listening. In all those 4 sections they will score you, and the IELTS score will matter. I know the minimum that you need is 7.5 or something, but the more you score, the more benefits you have. So the fee for this test is 15,000 rupees approximately, and from the day that you have appeared for this test till 2 years the score is valid for applying for any university. So then the second step is also done. You have your IELTS score with you. It will take somewhere around 10 to 15 days for you to go through the whole process from booking the IELTS till getting the result. Now the third step, that is SOP. SOP is the statement of purpose. It is a written script that you will write stating why are you visiting Australia, why are you wanting to do this course, what are the things that motivates you or inspires you, and please put a lot of effort in this. Do not copy it from internet because people who are sitting there know the copied content. It has to be generic, and in our case the consultant and the college helped us to write this. Once you have your SOP ready, this is the time that you are going to be stressful until the visa comes to you. Fourth step is financial proofs. In this step, you have to go to the different banks. You have to ask for their rate of interest. You have to ask for their loan criteria, like few banks offer 90%, 80%. You have to go and do a brief research. You have to apply to 2 to 3 banks that you think are good enough. In this step, the consultants will not help you as much as we think they will. It is all to be done by yourself, your family. So why is this step important? I'll tell you one scene from our experience. Harshal had applied for one course that was for BCA, for a course that was MBA, but it was encoded differently. The name of the course was different, not typically MBA. So he had applied for Bank of Baroda. Took around 1 month, and in the end they told that this course is not the course that their bank will sponsor for. So I was pretty much disappointed that how can you make such a mistake if it is not there in your list. Why did you approve the loan, or why did you take this application to process? So such mistakes you have to avoid. In a way it costed us 6 months, like one term of his education. So this is very important. In every bank, mostly prefer government banks and go and take their rate of interest and compare them. Mostly, first of all, ask them that you're looking for this particular course and from this particular university. By then you have fixed one offer and you have decided the university and you're going ahead with that university. So tell the bank officials. It is a very stressful step because now your financials, your parents, mother, father, everyone's financials will come into the picture. Now they will need the bank account statements for all three of you, the ITR for all the earning people, and the CIBIL score for all the three of you. This is a tough part. In our journey also, we faced a lot of problems in this specific part because the CIBIL score was less for my dad's account, and not as less but less than what the banks wanted, and we tried our best to do all the things that are there within our reach to make it correct, but it takes 6 months for the CIBIL score to improve. So again, this was the major reason that our application did not move forward. First of all, the fees for any course in Australia goes around 30 to 40 lakhs. The banks, the statements need you to keep a good balance in your account since 6 months. So it can be like 10 lakhs rupees is there in your father's account, is there in your mother's account, or in any one of you, in any one account. It should be some FD, some savings. There should be a way that you can, get your child back from the other country. So that's why you need FD, 5 to 10 lakhs FD. You need some liquid cash if possible in your account, or you have to have mutual funds, stocks, anything, but that has to be around 5 to 10 lakhs. This all can be shown in your savings. So this is one step that we were a little unaware of because we thought that we can do it now, like at the time of applying we thought of getting some money and putting it into the bank account, but that was also a little risky. That was also not allowed. It is a major thing that they look into the application: the CIBIL score, the bank account statements, the ITR. So yeah, please make sure all of these are good, properly maintained, at least from 3. ITR is for 3 years, so you can't do anything. But for bank statement, for savings, you have to show some bulk money in your account. In my case, we also added one more sponsor, and his documents were also required for the bank process. So all the account statements, salary slips, and savings were considered from his account. Once you have applied for the bank, the next step is to do rounds of your bank because you have to go at least 10 to 15 times to the bank with yourself, with your parents, for their sign, for all the documents that they need. They will need like a bunch of documents, everything. They will do legal on your house if you're mortgaging your house. There are fees that are associated with your bank account, with your bank loan processing, that I'll share the screenshot with you guys. This was the extra amount that we needed to apply for the loan. It has processing fees, then it has legal fees. The legal fees is the one that the legal people come to your home, they visit your home, they they calculate the value of the mortgage that you should get. It takes around 1 month. Take it from me, it takes around 1 month for your bank to finally come on a conclusion if they are giving this loan to you or not. And finally that one day came in our lives when our loan got sanctioned. and we all were going crazy with happiness because that was the more difficult step. We were trying to cross the hurdle since 3 attempts. Now this was the third attempt. The next step that happens usually is when your bank account, when your loan is sanctioned, they give you a sanction letter. Take all the signs from the bank on the letter, and now your consultant will guide you what to do. Now once this is done, you have to send your first installment to the university. Okay, now this is a part where there is a risk involved. So first semester fees tuition fees has to be paid to the university. Till this point you do not have any visa, you do not have any clarification if you're going or if you're not going, but you still have to pay the fees. Once you pay first semester fees to the university, then it will take 2 days to revert, and then they will give you the certificate of enrollment, which is called COE, which is one of the documents that we need to apply for visa. Once the CO is there with us, now we are free to go ahead and apply for visa. Now the consultant or the agent that you're working with will be doing this whole process of applying for the visa. And apart from that, there is one more step that you need to do in between, that is get a medical test done. In the medical test, it has to be full body medical test, and it will basically prove if you're fit enough to go to another country and to study there for around 2 to 3 years. So once all of that is done, you have to take this all information documents and apply for the visa. Okay, so now there is the most final step, the most awaited step, in which we have to only wait and pray to God that let this visa go through. So in this step, once your COA is with you, the consultant and you will sit together if you can. Otherwise, you have to discuss. You have to upload all the documents that are required for visa application, and it includes things like documents like your bank account statements, again your savings, then sponsors documents, all the things that majorly you need for bank account, for bank loan procedure, but little less in the visa. We also needed something called as net worth certificate. So this is a certificate that you will get from CA. Just give them your assets and your liabilities, and then final calculation will be the net worth. You will also need share certificate if you are having a home, and just pray that it gets approved, because there is nothing else you can do in this process. And you have to wait for I don't know how much time, but it is all on the consultant. So I asked my consultant, what do you think is the probability of us getting a visa this time, because this was the first time we reached till visa process. So she said, see, this is completely random. I have students whose parents earn around 1 crore for a year, and I have parents whose parents earn around 15 lakhs to 20 lakhs a year. And I have seen that the 1 crore guy gets rejected and the one with 15 to 20 lakhs get approved. So this is completely random, or maybe they do some review which we are not aware of. So we cannot tell what happens in the visa process. That is completely, you have to leave it to the God maybe. Yeah. So that happened. The fees for visa is around 1 lakh for Australian visa. Like we waited for around 1 month. By the time the course date was starting, in Harshal's case, it was 3rd March as far as I remember, and we were waiting for visa till 2nd March, and it was not there. Then in this case, in the special case, we had written to the university that we are awaiting visa. Please extend a few days for us, and we will be joining the course as soon as possible. So they accepted that. They gave us around 15 days, or I guess 1 week or 2 weeks extension, and then we got the visa on 4th March. I cannot tell you how happy we all were on that day when we finally, it was like dream come true. We all were hustling for so long for that day, and it finally arrived, and then we were all so relieved that months of hard work has finally, turned into reality, and we were all happy. And Harshal was ready to leave. He had already packed things up, and He was like, I'll leave once the visa is there. And in 2 to 3 days he visited all of the family members, relatives, his friends, and then he left for Australia on 9th of March. We all were so happy, satisfied, and also emotional that he was leaving now after all this hard work. But yeah, finally it made sense that got the course that he really wanted to do, MBA, in the university that he really liked, RMIT, and in the country that he always wanted to do masters in. Yeah, the process was pretty stressful, pretty hectic, and it took a lot of preparation which we did not have in the first attempt, but we learned through the attempts and we got there. Loan, I'd like to add one thing. In the loan there are 2 things that you need to pay attention to. There is a term called moratorium period. This term means that after how many years of your education, so for example you have 2 years ka course, after how many years will the actual loan EMI start? So in my case it is in Harshal's case it is 3 years. So after education, like after second year also he has 3 years, and then the actual EMI will start for him. So it is important that you keep notice of this moratorium period, because if the loan is EMI starting right after the course, which I don't think must happen, but if it's happening, then it becomes difficult, because students need some time to do job hunting and get a good job in other countries. So that is one thing that you please pay attention to. Second thing is margin. How much margin is your bank asking you for? In my case, it was asking for a 15% margin, which means in any amount that needs to go to the university or to the flight or anything, we will have to bear 15% of that, and the bank will bear 85% of that. So for example, if the fees are 11.5 lakhs for the semester, we have to give 2 lakhs in the bank account earlier. The bank will give the remaining amount, and then the whole amount will be transferred to the university. So that is how margin works. And the third thing that I want to tell you is about the interest that goes during this whole time. That is the first 2 years of your education, and the last 3, and then the 3 years of your moratorium period. So this is a simple interest that gets deducted from your account. It's okay if you don't have the money in that account, but they will have it calculated, and towards the end I think it is best to pay that off first, because then that will also be added in the principal later on, and then you will have to pay interest on interest. I think that is a little complicated. So pay out the interest, simple interest that is accumulated in the first 3 to 5 years, and then start with the actual EMI that is taken on your loan disbursed amount. So this is the whole process, this is the whole thing. If you have any doubts, ask me in the comment section. I will answer each one of you, and if I have done any mistake anywhere, please let me know. It could be possible, because there are a lot of things to keep track of in this topic. Yay! All the best for whoever is looking forward to this video and is preparing for the same. Thank you so much everyone. Please keep on watching Snehal Talks, and let me know if you have any questions, any doubts. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Now let's quickly discuss the whole timeline. We started with this whole process in December, and on December we tried to in December we fixed the course, the offer letter was there and all of that was there, and then by Jan 22 we got a sanction letter from bank, and then on March 2nd and then on March 4th we got visa approved. And then he went to Australia, and his accommodation and everything was sorted because he had a friend already living there. Like, the immigration would ask you about your accommodation and about your money. So keep it handy whatever you're going to do. If you're going to stay at relatives, or if you already booked the place, whatever it is, just let them know, and make sure that during the whole process that the bank is going through, do not move much money from your bank accounts. So the bank that we got loan from is Union Bank, and the staff and employees are very helpful. They made sure that we get the loan, and I'm thankful for all of those. Actually, I cannot share about each and every document, but if you have a specific question, you can ask me in the comment section. I would be more than happy to help you in this. Thank you so much.